Hi everyone, I'm Jay Schuren, the Chief Customer Officer at DataRobot, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. In my role at DataRobot, I've had the privilege of working hand in hand with many of you to deliver AI solutions. Through that process, I've learned a lot about what it takes for enterprises to build the trust required to adopt AI solutions. And that trust couldn't be more important than it is now with generative AI. It's hard to believe that we only just launched our Gen AI offering less than 3 months ago and already see customers working over 50 use cases across different departments. As we watch this innovation unfold, some patterns are emerging. Organizations initially focused on internal-facing use cases, which makes perfect sense since they're lower risk and they're still driving significant efficiency gains and value. As teams build expertise and comfort with generative AI, the focus is shifting towards revenue generation directly. Right now, we're seeing approximately 25% of the use cases falling in this category, but it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. DataRobot can help you drive real-world value with generative AI. Our approach is a little different. We didn't start with a fixation on the components, like the language models or how we're doing embeddings or the vector databases. We started with our long-established customer partnerships and worked with them hand in hand to identify actual gaps and pain points. From there, we designed an end-to-end generative AI solution to address these gaps and lower barriers to value creation. I'm excited to be your tour guide today and help you unlock the full potential of Gen AI for your organization. We'll also hear from Craig Civil from the British Standards Institution. As we work to close the confidence gap with generative AI, Craig and the team at BSI have been great partners. With their critical role as the national standards body of the United Kingdom, the importance of having confidence in their solution is always a major priority. Before we hear from Craig, there's a lot to show you. So let's dive into some of those new capabilities. Here is an interesting use case to build personalized marketing email campaigns. It's designed to help organizations improve customer retention by automatically generating a personalized marketing campaign email. This email will provide offers and highlight new product features that are most likely to retain customers. This solution was completely built within DataRobot's generative AI platform. Let's take a look. At this point, many customers have deployed predictive churn models to assess the likelihood a customer is to stop a particular service. Done correctly, for each customer, you should have a score, as well as the underlying reasons that drove that prediction. To build our generative AI application, we take the product descriptions and marketing offers and combine them with customer-level data most influencing their decision to renew. The workflow consists of asking the language model to expand on the reasons the customer might churn based on what the predictive model is saying, searching our context to identify what product features or marketing campaigns might be relevant, and then writing a personalized email that can be sent directly to the customer. Layering on generative AI lets you take it to a next level, giving anyone access to this information through an easy conversational interface and making it actionable for the enterprise. In this use case, we focused on retention, but you can imagine using the same approach for other use cases like cross-sell, upsell. Making your customer outreach relevant and impactful has never been easier. The use goes far beyond just marketing. You can imagine responding to a lot of different requests, ranging from checking information about your account to even assessing whether you're qualified for goods or services, even a loan. This is an excellent example of an external-facing generative AI use case that is only possible by seamlessly combining generative and predictive AI. But how do you get here quickly? And more importantly, how do you feel confident your Gen AI solution is providing the right answers? First order of business is to decide how to build a generative solution that is best for your use case, data security, and cost. The question is hard to answer, especially as the space is changing so fast. What is the right combination of components to get a robust solution that fits my cost profile? Take the marketing email example. There are already so many language models, different embedding models, vector databases, and there will only be more in the future. In a platform, Optionality is so important so you can build in the way that's right for you, and you can be confident you're not getting stuck incurring technical debt, getting locked into any one vendor, or taking on costs you weren't expecting. In our last launch, DataRobot provided a framework to rapidly create GenAI recipes in our notebook. It's easy to create, but still can be difficult to compare and contrast different components looking at text outputs just in a command line. That's why we built the new DataRobot Playground. We've made it easy for you to try, test, and compare different generative AI experiments, whether you prefer to build them within the platform UI or using a notebook. You can evaluate these different GenAI recipes in terms of style and tone, cost, and correctness, and pick the components that are right for you. This ensures that you not only get to maintain your technical autonomy, but you get all of the best of breed components like different LLMs, vector databases, and embedding models right at your fingertips. As more and more generative solutions are deployed, making sure you're getting the performance you need while controlling costs is incredibly important. Now that you've identified the generative AI recipe that's right for you, you're ready to put the model into production. But how do you make sure you're maintaining the quality of the model? How about improving it as time goes by? With the DataRobot console, you can set up different GenAI guard models to ensure your application is behaving in the way you want. With DataRobot, you can also monitor all kinds of different metrics. You can see some standard metrics like service health and data drift, or set whatever metric is most useful for you. This custom metric tracks if an application refuses to generate a response, such as if the prompt doesn't have enough information, or if someone tries to use your application in a way that it wasn't intended. For instance, here is a setup to identify the likelihood that a prompt is toxic and automatically stop the model before it returns something not in line with your organization's values. We can also monitor both the cost and correctness of the solution over time to give us confidence we're on the right track. You can be confident your application is being used in the way it was intended. Successful adoption of your GenAI solution, lots of usage, means the cost to run will correspondingly increase. Let's say you had initially only intended a handful of specific employees to use this marketing email concept, but the entire marketing team has actually adopted it. All of a sudden, the cost for this use case exceeds the threshold you designated within the platform. DataRobot will automatically alert you and take the appropriate action specified. With the DataRobot Registry, you can see all of the different components used for this generative AI use case. Let's say you decide to rebuild the model using this new lower cost topic-focused LLM. With the platform, you can do all of this without breaking the production system. Putting GenAI solutions into production is very much a team sport. You have multiple project handoffs with DevOps and IT. With DataRobot, you can securely manage changes to GenAI solutions in production with role-based access control. This gives you full control, so only those with permission are allowed to make changes, and those changes are only executed once they've received the right approvals. Once you have made a change, you can clearly see a history of those changes, what was done, by who, and when. The customers I'm working with are telling me that the GenAI landscape is getting even more chaotic. There are so many experiments popping up all over the organization with more people involved than ever before, and they're struggling to track it. With DataRobot's Registry, you can get a full, unified view of your entire AI landscape. You can leverage these enterprise-grade governance capabilities for every AI asset across your organization, both generative and predictive, whether it's built on or off the DataRobot platform. As an organization, you might be able to manage this entire end-to-end lifecycle manually for one or two generative AI applications. But the customers we've been working with have much bigger plans. What about when you deploy 10 or 20 or 200 of these models in production? DataRobot gives you the visibility and enterprise control to be able to scale with confidence. Everything you need to build, govern, and operate your generative AI projects, all built in one unified experience. This was just a small peek at what's new with DataRobot's Gen AI product offering. It all works out of the box, but if you need help, no problem. Part of what makes DataRobot unique is that we have an entire team of applied AI experts ready to help you through this journey. There's so much more we can do and so many new capabilities coming down the pipeline. This is just a small taste of what's new with DataRobot's Gen AI product offering. It all works out of the box, but if you need help, no problem. Part of what makes DataRobot unique is that we have an entire team of applied AI experts ready to help you through this journey. I encourage you to reach out to your DataRobot account representative to learn more about what else we can do.